Hi friends, my name is Rose and I'm from LA. I used to live in a tiny apartment with my dad, but he wanted to give me everything in the world. Sweetheart, I promise you, I'll give you the world. You'll have everything that I didn't have in my childhood. I will make you so happy.
But Daddy, I am so happy. See?
Dad fulfilled his promise and worked hard. He became one of the most successful businessmen in the country, and I couldn't be prouder. Dad loved spoiling me. He'd get me all the latest gadgets, collectible Barbies, and I even had a theme park inside our mansion. I had everything and lived the life of a princess. But there was just one thing missing: my mom. Ever since I was a little girl, I was so curious about my mom, and whenever I'd ask him about her, he'd tell me how it was her loss that she left us. On my 5th birthday, Dad threw us the most lavish party ever. He went totally overboard and had ponies and even had hot air balloons. I was having a wonderful time with my friends, but when I was in the jumping castle, a kid was being super pesky and would keep bumping into others. But when he pushed me, I pushed him back, and he ended up falling out of the jumping castle. In an instant, his mom came running and hugged him so tight. "Oh my God, my dear, are you hurt?" She then glared at me and said, "If your mom hadn't left you, maybe she could have taught you some manners." I felt so crushed. Even though it was that kid's fault and he wasn't hurt bad, his mom was so worried. She so lovingly swept him into her arms and left. It was at that moment I realized that leaving me was not my mom's loss, but mine. And then I ended up throwing the worst tantrum ever. When Dad brought my giant cake out, I kicked the table.
I don't want this. I want my mommy. Daddy, give me my mommy.
Everyone was stunned to see me acting out, and then the party was over. Later, when Dad came to tuck me into bed, he gave me a gift. "I wanted to give you this when you were older, but I know you need it now." It was a locket with a picture of my mom. It was the first time I was seeing her picture, and it made me so happy. Every night, I kissed her picture and vowed to find her someday.
Mommy, one day when I grow up, I promise I'll find you and I'll be so good, you'll love me. Mwah.
One time I was at school and we were going for swimming lessons. The teacher asked everyone to remove any watches and jewelry we were wearing, but I just couldn't remove Mom's locket.
Teacher, can I keep my locket on, please?
Why? It's the only thing I have of my mom. I never take it off. Hearing this, the teacher squeezed me into a hug, and all the kids looked at me with such sad eyes. "Oh, I am so sorry, Rose. I didn't know. My heart aches for you. Sweetie, you can keep wearing that locket." After that day, everyone seemed kind of extra nice to me. In class, they'd offer me the best seat. During lunch, everyone wanted to sit with me and would even share their lunch with me.
Rose, try this. My mom made it for you, especially for you. When I told her about your mom, she so wanted to cook this for you.
Okay, thanks a lot. Even in class, the teachers were extra sweet to me. One time we were having a test and I just coughed, and my teacher went all emotional on me, saying that I didn't need to take the test. Okay, that was awesome, because I wasn't prepared. With a smile, I left the class. But during lunchtime, Natalie came over to me. She was like the meanest girl in our school.
Rose, don't you get sick of your sob story? Every time it's, "I don't have a mommy." Always taking sympathy from teachers and other kids. You're such a drama queen. No wonder your mommy ran away from you.
God, her words made my blood boil, but it also hurt me so much. I felt I would start crying, but just then someone spoke. It was Oscar. He was the scholarship student at our school. "Come on, Natalie. You have your entire life to be a jerk. Why not take off today? Leave her alone." Natalie just rolled her eyes and checked her nails.
You know, Oscar, you and Rose, you're both pretty much alike. She uses her mommy story, and you use your "oh, I'm so poor" story so people will have pity on you. So pathetic.
That did it. I never wanted anyone's sympathy or pity. Without even thinking twice, I grabbed Natalie's hair and then she did too. We both were fighting like crazy. Later, we were taken to the principal's office. I was expecting to get detention, but she only punished Natalie, and that really pissed me off. Why didn't I get punishment? I also pulled her hair. "Rose, we know you're a good student. Natalie has had many complaints against her. It's time she faces the consequences of her actions. I am going to expel her." Whoa, I knew the principal was taking pity on me. I stormed out of the office, but was totally surprised to see how many kids gathered outside looking at me with gooey eyes. Is everything all right? Why are you guys looking at me so weirdly? Weirdly? Rose, it's pure adoration. You saved us. You're like the first girl to show Natalie her place. It was so cool. The look on her face, felt like a cherry on top of a cake. Okay, I sure wasn't expecting this. After that day, Oscar would follow me around everywhere. Not just Oscar, but so many other kids too. They treated me like some sort of leader. And I was in no way a leader. All the time I would be getting praises and compliments, and it was kind of getting on my nerves.
Oh, Rose, your skin, it's so beautiful. Rose, can you teach me how you solve that math equation? I know you study smart instead of studying hard. I so want to be like you.
Since I liked music, there was one time in art class, I was just humming a song when all of a sudden, Oscar put me in the spotlight. OMG, that was the sweetest voice I have ever heard. Come on, guys, let's hear it from Rose.
No, zip it, Oscar.
But then everyone started chanting my name like I was some pop star, even the teachers. Mustering all my courage, I sang, and everyone clapped so loud for me. Okay, that was weird, because I was just a normal singer. Nothing extraordinary, but everyone treated me as if I was something special. As if things couldn't get any weirder, my classmates chose me as the class president. The surprising thing was that I never participated. I didn't have any clue how to be a class president, but Oscar was there for me. Turned out he was a really nice guy and helped me every step of the way. Oscar and I became best friends. The guy was totally my support system, always there for me. When we were in high school, Oscar started working in a cafe as a barista, and I loved hanging out there. One time when I was at the cafe, Oscar made his signature coffee for me. But just then, I saw someone enter the cafe, and I dropped the cup. It was Mom. I could recognize her face in a million faces. She had 2 kids with her, and the moment Oscar saw her, he greeted her and called her Emily. I felt like my whole world was standing still. I came out of my stupor when I saw one of her kids run out of the shop, and that's when I bolted. Hey, stop! Stop! Get back in! The kid just stuck out his tongue at me and was about to run on the road. But thank God I lunged forward. I grabbed his shirt and pulled him back, and right then a truck passed by. That was close. Really close. Right then Mom came out and thanked me. Oh my God, thank you so much. You saved my baby. You're an angel. No problem. I just turned to leave, but Mom grabbed my shoulder. I thought she'd recognize me, but it was something else. So, you work here? You seem like someone who can handle kids. Can you babysit my boys? I'll give you a letter of recommendation once you're done. I'll pay you well, too. Oh my God, how could I say no to that? I instantly agreed. I started working at Mom's place, and it had been 3 days, and I totally loved it. She lived in a big mansion, but that was nothing compared to where Dad and I lived. I was pretty amazed to see Mom's life. She loved makeup and posted her videos on Instagram, and her husband seemed like a nice guy and really loved her. Every night before leaving, I would see Mom tucking the twins in bed. She would snuggle them and shower them with kisses. It was adorable, but it always made me feel a tad bit jealous. In a few weeks, the twins and I started to get along just fine, and Mom was so happy, telling me how they never liked babysitters but had started to love me. Why wouldn't they? I was their big sister. There was one time Mom had to go out, and when she returned, I was totally drained, and she felt bad for me. Oh, honey, I am so sorry I got late today. I'll pay you extra today. And what have the twins done to your hair? Come on, I'll give you a makeover. Have you looking like a supermodel. Makeover? Wow, I would love that. Mom then put on some light makeup and did my hair just like she did hers. But once she was done, she looked at me so shocked. I wondered why, and looking at my reflection in the mirror, I knew the answer. I looked just like her. I wish she would notice how much we were alike. Notice me. Wow, you are a very pretty girl. Just like you. I mean, of course, you did my makeup and hairstyle like yours, so that's why I look so pretty. Perhaps. But girl, you are a natural beauty. After that day, I felt like Mom's eyes were constantly on me. Every time I'd be doing something with the twins, I would catch her staring at me and then she'd look away. I knew something was on her mind, but she never said anything. There was one time when Mom was making PB&J sandwiches for the twins and offered me one too. PB&J makes me puke. No way. Really? Same. I hate them too. I didn't realize we're so much alike. Yeah, perhaps. Mom looked at me for a few seconds and then blurted, "Rose, what's your father's name?" My heart started to beat so fast. Finally, she had realized who I was. But just as I opened my mouth, Mom's husband stepped in and kissed her, and I decided to talk to her later. But later that night, I heard noises from Mom's room. I was so worried and went upstairs, but what I heard broke my heart. Mom and her husband were arguing about Mom's first daughter, me.
You're telling me this now? After all these years? You deceived me.
I was so young when I had her, but now things are different. I know I made a mistake.
Yes, a mistake. Mistakes are meant to be forgotten. Just forget her and focus on the now. Your family, your husband, and your boys.
At that moment, I realized what I was doing. Mom was happy. She had the perfect life, the perfect family, the perfect husband, and I was ruining it, all for my own selfish reasons. I just ran out of the house, and thank God Oscar was waiting for me outside. I instantly hugged him and told him everything. I just want to leave her alone. I can't do this. I can't shatter her perfect life.
But she is your mom, too. It's your right to confront her.
Forget about it. Let's go home. That day when I went home, I gave Dad a tight hug. He truly was my world. I decided to get out of Mom's life and let her be, so I started to avoid her calls. She texted me and wanted me to come to her house, but I refused and messaged her how I had a new job. But a week later, something strange happened. I was in my room when I heard Mom's voice. She was calling my name, and I came running down the stairs and was so shocked to see her. Dad and I both stood stunned, and then Mom came running and swept me into her arms. Oh my God, I knew it. It's really you, my daughter, my Rose. That day, I wanted to talk to you, but you left. Rose, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry for my mistakes. Why did you leave without talking to me? Because I am a mistake. Mistakes are meant to be forgotten. Oh, darling, please forgive me. I was a fool for thinking so. You are my strength. You are the person who made me a mother. It was foolish of me to abandon you. But I promise, even if I had to fight against the world, I'll never leave your side. I love you so much. I love you too, Mom. I love you so much.